So I think the biggest impact that I'm starting to see from this campaign, and at least having these civs varied in technologies and their starting bonuses, I guess, is that not as many cities are being taken as we've seen in previous AI-only battles. And that's because the AI isn't able to yet generate a big enough army. Now that will definitely change as the game continues to progress. We should see a lot of exchanges of cities by the end to middle part of this game. But it's interesting because the borders are staying intact, so it's limiting a lot of those powers that we're used to seeing, like Mongolia and the Zulu, from grabbing a whole bunch of cities because they simply don't have the power to take them by force. So I promise you guys we do a religion overview of all the religions in the world because I believe all of them have been founded. Yes, they have. So the 7 civs that control a religion is Persia, the Aztecs, Japan, Celts. You know, these like the Celtic, Japanese, Aztec. Oh, that's weird that they're doing it for only some civs. That's like throwing me off. Spain, Ethiopia, Songhai, the Celts, Japan, Aztecs, and Persia. They all control a religion in the game. So far, the most dominant is, in fact, the Songhai Empire, which makes sense why they're doing so good in score. They control 11 cities to Islam. So let's go ahead and check the beliefs. That's what I really wanted to look here. We've got Spain with Catholicism. They have more science for missionaries or prophets that spread to another religion. May build universities, public schools, and research labs. Crap, I forgot the benefits of this, and that sucks that it doesn't show us. We have guruship plus 2 production for every specialist. Wow. Now that's a nice one. That's a follower belief. We have the enhancer belief of missionaries and inquisitors cost 30% less faith, plus culture for plantations, and, holy warriors, Catholicism. So that might keep up. That's interesting if Europe gets that. That would be, yeah, I mean, that would kind of maybe help provide Europe with even more units. We have Eastern Orthodox, which currently Eastern Orthodox is in control over, it's Ethiopia that has Eastern Orthodox. So yeah, we have their goddess of protection, providing them extra range combat strength, 15% faster growth rate for cities. Good for Ethiopia. They're definitely going for that smart, tall route with those beliefs. Plus 2 gold for each city following this religion. They're going to have to beat out Songhai, though, in Africa. And then monasteries, which is going to provide them some stuff. It's a faith building. Gold for city-states. There are no city-states, Ethiopia. Religion spreads to friendly city-states. Oh, weird choices there. A couple of pantheons that we don't care about. Here's Songhai's Islam. Plus 100 gold when each city first converts to this religion. I love that belief. Use faith. Okay, so we've got 2 religious buildings. I love those buildings too. Plus faith for desert tiles, desert folklore. That's a good one. Use faith for any type of great person. And missionary conversion strength 25%. I imagine that more than likely Aska is generating a lot of faith, so he might be able to do a whole lot with this stuff. I mean, real quick, I do want to see, yeah, so he does possibly have a lot of faith here. There's a couple of tiles he does have in the Sahara Desert, so that is probably having a big impact on his game. Judaism from the Celts, city-state thing that doesn't matter. Temples provide extra happiness. All buildings purchased with faith provide 2 tourism. Ooh, that was smart! Sacred sites, that could have been useful in so... Wait a second, is that a follower? That's a reformation. I cannot recall if a reformation technically goes to followers or just the founder. Can't remember. And then plus food for camps. Shintoism by Japan. Friendly cities, extra combat strength. World wonders provide plus 2 faith. Happiness for gardens. Faith for each foreign city, plus 2, and then plus 4 for natural wonders. Persia with 3 extra little beliefs here, plus happiness for cities or 3 or more with 3 or more followers, plus culture for every 5 followers of this religion, and then plus happiness for cities on a river. Oh, that's cool. I don't know if I've ever gone for that one. I don't think I've ever seen that one. Sacred waters. Oh, that's a pantheon. That's why. I don't ever go for that stuff on the pantheons. And then finally, we have the religion of Aztecs. Shrines and temples provide plus 1 of food, as well as 15% faster border growth and plus gold for every 4 followers of this religion. Okay, so we had a war break out between Assyria, the Ottomans, against Egypt. Nothing will probably come of that, but Morocco versus Spain. Morocco versus Carthage will be a big one. Over the break, I did notice the minimap that, first of all, the Zulu are about the same. I don't think anything really exchanged hands here. Indonesia seems to finally be moving their settler up north. Surprisingly enough, not going for Australia. I don't know if he's going to go for mainland Asia, but that's going to put him at risk. That's going to put him at a lot of risk. We saw that England had settled Nottingham. I don't know when France is going to settle in the middle of Asia. Nothing else but Brazil has gotten their third city in South America. Salvador continuing to go south in the tip of South America, which I believe this is Cape Horn, if I'm correct. Maybe going and maneuvering closer and closer to Cape Horn. And that is about it in terms of expansion that we've seen so far. Let's go to the next turn. I'll watch out for that mini-map and kind of look at that. Still weird borders going on with Siam and China. Mongolia has yet to continue to expand. Korea's kind of locked off. Korea's going to have some issues, I'm sure. And I'm sure Korea's going to get broken out to some issues with some of those Eastern Asian nations. Arabia moving their settler. I'm thinking for Indian territory. I don't know if they have an they should have settled down here. The Huns have discovered it. I can guarantee you the Huns are going to go after that spot if they don't figure it out. If India or if Arabia doesn't get their shit together here. Strange to see some of these AIs take different spots than what we've seen from previous campaigns, because that really alters the game significantly. Also in the previous video, let's have a moment of silence for Catherine as she unfortunately lost her final city to the Huns. And now the Huns have, geez, how many cities do they have? We have, that's actually Germany, so they have 7 cities right now. The most expansive, and the Zulu also, I believe, I think the Zulu have 6. No, the Zulu only have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, I'm sorry, 6. Okay, so yeah, the Huns have moved up as the most expansive nation so far. Now we have 2 wars going on inside of the kind of the Western old world with North Africa, Carthage and Morocco, as well as Portugal and France against Spain. I don't think Portugal's going to do anything here. I realize that Portugal's not going to do anything here. We also finally have the movement of the Austrian settler. And yes, you did it, Celts. Oh my gosh, happy day. It is a miracle. It's a miracle. I like to sing miracle songs when the Celts actually settle a new city. Oh, this is great. This is magnificent, as well as it's going to cut off Europe from moving on into the New World. Unless, of course, if they have open borders with the Celts, which might not be the case. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am so happy. I am way too happy. This has been probably the happiest moment I've seen. Finally, the Celts have moved off the British Isles to settle on Iceland. I've always thought Iceland was a great city, no matter even if it didn't, or I guess a great place for a city, even if it didn't have the resources for it. Oh, it's great to see the Celts moving out towards Iceland. That makes me so excited. Thank you. Thank you, Celts, for actually working as a fully functioning AI. I'm excited. So yeah, Portugal should have really probably thought about going to war with France instead. With all of these naval troops, all these naval units, they probably could have taken Paris and then maybe orchestrated a separate attack. Okay, so yeah, Carthage already took Fez. That was really fast. Now, will they take over the Moroccan capital? I doubt it, but it's possible. It is possible. Another city by the Netherlands. Wow. So who is going to take over Amsterdam? Who is going... I'm sorry, wonder, not city. Another wonder by the Netherlands. So who is going to take over Amsterdam and Rotterdam? I don't know. And I'm pretty sure it's the most populated city in the world right now. In the world, it's the most populated city. You've got multiple civs in the area that can take over and cause an impact. Even Rome, Spain, France, England, the Celts, Sweden, Denmark, and Germany all potentially have the potential of taking over the Netherlands currently and easily becoming one of the top civs. Okay, finally the Middle East has broken out into war against Babylon and Persia. Now, what does Assyria do? Assyria has got to go after Persia now. Babylon, more than likely because of their walls of Babylon, as well as their Babylonian bowmen, which actually I think are no longer significant in this campaign. I think they moved them up to regular composite bowmen. I think Babylon will be able to defend their capital because, of course, they're in between the... it is the Euphrates, and I can't remember. The two rivers, Euphrates and the other one, but it's a super famous river. I'm terribly sorry for forgetting that. More than likely, Babylon will stay safe. Persia will lose some troops. Assyria is going to join in. Here we go, Assyria. This is your opportunity. Give it a few turns. Don't declare too early. Don't declare it too early. I'm not even rooting for Assyria. I'm just saying what they would need to do if they want to take over Persia. Babylon and the Zulu. Weird. That's a weird one. Because you'd think that it would be Byzantium that they'd be wanting to go to war with. I always confuse Byzantium and Babylon for some reason. The B and the B, and then the colors are somewhat similar here. Big difference in terms of unique ability and unique units and obviously history and stuff like that. So don't do it yet, Assyria. Please. Wait if you want to actually have a chance of taking back some of these forward settling Persian cities. Oh my gosh, Persia's got a pretty big army. Pretty big army. Again, if you want someone to be able to counteract the Huns in Eastern Europe, you're going to need to root for Assyria or Persia, I guess. Maybe you could root for Persia just to take over the Babylonian capital and then hope that Assyria doesn't do anything. Ultimately, if Persia's going to have a significant impact, though, they're going to have to go through Assyria at some point. Remember, Assyria has an easy opportunity of catching up in technologies by going to war and taking over cities. Because their unique ability, that is what it provides. So Morocco is moving in. Oh my gosh, Morocco's losing their capital to Carthage. But will they take it? Ooh. They have their unique boats. That might be enough. Oh my gosh, that would be huge. That would be huge. Morocco losing their capital to Carthage. Whoa. And then just flips the game around where now Carthage is in the game. Currently they're not. They're smart. I gotta give it up to the Carthaginian AI is so good. It's really, really good. Even in my Roman campaign, it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta give it to them. It's a good AI. If they take this capital, I've really got to give them a lot of credit. Unfortunately, they're starting to run low though. They only have a few more melee units left. They do have 3 very well-placed archers though. They need to move this archer up a little bit further though. They have no more units. This is the opportunity. This is their opportunity. Nothing's happening with the Spanish War. Spain is going to stay safe once again because Portugal and France have run out of troops. Everyone has run out of troops except for Rome and Germany. Sorry, not Greece. Oh, you dang it! Why did you do that? Now, why did you do that, Carthage? You really had an opportunity of taking Morocco's capital. That would have been a big deal, but you didn't do it. You pieced out too early. You could have done it. I think they could have done it. Well, that was a interesting strategy by the AI. Who knows? Maybe they know something that we don't. So Persia and Babylon, that war is kicking off. I think Babylon's going to be able to defend. Ooh, I don't know though. Lots of catapults, and they're in place, and there's more pikemen and more catapults ready to, I don't know. That's going to be tough. If the Ottomans join in, then I could see something happening. The Zulu versus Portugal. Oh my gosh, these are just the strangest wars. And the strangest denouncements as well. It's like no one likes the Zulu. They remember from the previous campaign, I imagine. Indonesia settled. All right, it's good for Indonesia. Doesn't, ooh. You're going to have to definitely be careful of Siam. I'm sorry, I just sort of definitely threw up in my mouth. Polynesia, second city, Tonga and Samoa in Siberia, just north of Nottingham. Let's see if they get anything else. They look like they're finally discovering Australia. Indonesia actually has a warrior in Australia, with Japan and Korea discovering this territory as well. What's going on in the New World? Anything interesting? Not so much. Pretty peaceful in the New World. Obviously in South America, it's very, very peaceful. The Aztecs haven't done anything yet. Now Germany is joining in against the Zulu. Europe has got something against the Zulu. I don't know what it is, but they've got something against the Zulu. And ultimately, nothing's going to come from that. Okay, so there's a huge coalition war against the Zulu. How weird and ironic is that? Nothing's going to happen, though. No one's going to be able to take over the Zulu. None of these CIVS are far away. But it's interesting to see these guys kind of make a statement about the Zulu so early on. Because what does this mean for the future of the Zulu? how long can they kind of survive if for the rest of the game, these AIs are going to kind of not like the Zulu? I don't know, but, you don't want to pull down Ethiopia or Byzantium because they're not ready for a war with the Zulu. Certainly not. They are totally not ready for that. Rome and the Netherlands have made peace. I'm wondering if this is going to cause for Rome to maybe get out something a little bit faster, a separate war, a Rome against Spain, a war against Spain, Rome against and going for Barcelona would be big. But I think for right now, the only time Barcelona is going to fall, the only way Barcelona is going to fall is through some sort of a naval conquest. It's going to have to be a whole bunch of boats in the Mediterranean, which maybe Portugal is going to do. Portugal should have done actually, they're going to get destroyed by all of these cities' bombardment. Dang, that's too bad. Okay, what's going on here, Persia? So yeah, Assyria is getting ready. Assyria is getting ready. You can tell they're getting ready. You can certainly tell they're getting ready. Let's see. Maybe it's now. Yeah, so Persia's down to only a few units. They lost quite a bit. They've got 3 catapults, 2 pikemen. Although they have given open borders to each other. Look at Siam. Siam just way out here. Just some weird forward settling. The strangest of forward settling I've seen, I think, in a while. It's so crazy. The Ottomans haven't done much. Byzantium hasn't done much. I'm wondering where Austria is going now, because the Celts have kind of stopped there. Probably if they were going for the New World, then that was kind of stopped. That was halted. I know that I saw France. Where the hell is France going? France's settler has still not found a spot. I don't even know what to say about that. What are you doing, Napoleon? France, you just went around the world with a settler. It probably would have been a lot easier if you just sent a scout out there. I don't know what you're doing. Religion has been enhanced. Who is it? The Aztecs. Enhancing their religion. Looks like this Austrian settler has stayed there for a while. Yeah, Barcelona is just Barcelona and Madrid, and more than likely their units adjacent inside of these cities are just probably just destroying the final few Portuguese fleets. These Portuguese ships got no chance. So again, I mean, Europe is still out in the open. The strongest civ I see in Europe is Rome right now. I have no idea where they're going to attack towards. Although Scandinavia is staying pretty quiet. Someone like Denmark. Could you imagine Denmark coming in here and swooping in Amsterdam? Could be possible. They've got the navy. They do have the navy. Oh, Mongolia versus Korea. Now, Mongolia was managed... Oh, they're going to take some stuff, certainly. But do they have their Kashyyyks? They don't have their Kashyyyks just yet. But they do have their Great Khan, I believe. Is that their Great Khan, or is that their Great... Now, they generate the Great Khan just like they do regular Great Generals, I'm thinking, right? But it's supposed to be on a horse. It's supposed to be on horseback. Well, whatever it is, I cannot see Korea surviving without losing at least one city. At least one city. So far, okay, so a spy has been recruited. So far, we haven't seen any action from Assyria moving in towards Persia. Persia might not have lost enough units for Assyria to want to join in. Nothing's happening in Europe. The war with Carthage is over, and nothing is happening between the Iroquois against the New Worlds. Nothing. Shoshone are getting up an army, but that's it. No more settling there. Nothing really happening here. Songhai has there's some more opportunity for land around this region, but a lot of civs aren't grabbing it yet. Yeah, not a lot of grabbing just yet. Let's see, what do we got? People with the pointiest sticks. We still have the Huns, then Assyria, then Shaka, then Genghis, and then Germany. And then Rome. So yeah, Germany and Rome are the only civs in Europe with the strongest. They've got the strongest military. Here we go. Here goes Arabia. So Arabia didn't settle for the southern part of India. All right, guys. I'm gonna have to stop right there. Spain has gotten up their own wonder. China's denounced the Huns. Could you imagine? I mean, if Carthage could definitely come back and take over all of Europe like they did in the last campaign. And Carthage, I think, would win the game if they did that. We could see an outside force still come in and dominate Europe. But then again, they are behind technology. It would be tough. But if, Europe doesn't have any units, then they don't have any units. Anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.